Happy Sunday and welcome to the venue live. My name is Roger Ramirez and this is Houston's first online live performance venue brought to you from R&R Studio. We're in the studio today with Marcus Money. What's up, dude?
Hey, what's happening, Roger?
Thank you for joining us. Let's keep it informal.
Yeah, we can keep it however you want to keep it.
Dude, man, good to have you here. I've heard great things about you. And it's a pleasure to finally get you to come to the studio, man.
Of course, man. You got a nice setup here.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate it, man. We started this 3 months ago, and we're still at our baby stages, and so it's our pleasure to have guys like you come here and just perform your music.
Yeah, no doubt.
This is what we're doing here. We're showcasing all different artists, and it's just a lot of fun, man. It's a lot of fun. We wanna build a platform to where artists can come and perform their music and just have a good time, man.
Yeah, it's good.
So where are you from, man? Originally, as far as like, I guess, nationality, not that it matters,
Houston,
but where in Houston are you from?
Nationality, has Spanish. My mom's side is from Spain. And then my dad was in California somewhere. I'm not sure, but yeah, they had me. I was born in Houston in Jefferson Memorial.
Okay.
And then I moved around a little bit. They had me in California, and then they had me back. And then at 7, I moved to Galveston County. So kind of grew up out there, and then just been back and forth, man. I've been all over. I've lived out in California. I've stayed out in Florida. I'm kind of cultured.
You've lived in some cool places that I've been wanting to go visit.
Yeah.
I've never been. Oh, I was in California one time, but not for a long time. It was like a 2-day trip, which we didn't really get to see any cool places.
They got good weather. Some of the other things aren't so good.
All right, man. So when did you get started? What inspired you to get started with music and songwriting?
What inspired me? I was always attracted to music from a young age. My dad was into rock music and playing guitars and stuff like that, and my mom, she was real into the pop music of the day. So there was always music playing and getting into it, people that liked it. And I remember as little as 2 years old, my mom was riding around with me, and I'm saying, "Hey, that's a happy song." She's like, "Wait, what's this one?" I was like, "Oh, that's an angry song," And so I was already attaching the emotions to songs, easy. And it really just moved me. So by the time I was 5 years old, I was already writing. Like when they had our first writing assignments, I'm already writing rhymes and things like that. So
That's cool, man.
Yeah, I just had a knack for it really, and just kept on going with it as I got older. Moving up into middle school and then junior high, I started hanging out with the people who were making music and drumming on a trash can, and I was out freestyling in the courtyard, and I
With
just
a little pencil on the table.
humble beginners, man. We did that all through. 4 or 5 years. Tearing up the lunchroom. They hated us, but all the rappers loved us.
I was never a rapper, or I could never really improvise like that.
Yeah.
I was always the pencil guy making the beats.
See, we needed you back there, man. I had to do my own, and you know how hard it is to do your own at the same time.
So when you wrote your first song, let's talk about your first song. Was it like something happened in your life that you just felt like you needed to write it down? Some happy,
Yeah.
My first song was out of I think sadness, So just tell us a little bit about your first song.
Yeah, I think that's everybody's first song is sadness, because it's an emotion that you're not used to devastating you like that. So as an outlet to get, to express yourself. Because people are like, "Oh, just get over it." They don't understand you're hurt. It's a personal thing. So with music, I think a lot of people's is coming from a sad place or from a hard place. So yeah, I had a pretty difficult upbringing, but around the time I was going through some certain things in the household, and we're talking maybe about 10, 11 years old. It's when I started doing remixes. I was also screwing and chopping stuff like when it was first coming out, you know what I mean? And so all the CDs you used to get, they still had a screwed and chopped version of it.
Gotcha.
And so about the same time I was doing that, I started falling in love with my own music and going through hard times at the same time. So, but the first track I did wasn't a hard times type of song. It was Puff Daddy had just released that song with Mace.
Yeah.
You know that
Yeah.
that rendition of the Run song.
Yeah.
With the broke the
yeah.
glass everywhere. If it ain't
Yeah,
about the
yeah.
money, hope you just don't care.
Actually, I remember that.
Yeah, and so at that time I started, and not many people know this, but I actually wrote, and the way I learned how to do it was I did it to the same pattern of rhyme scheme, and I just changed the words to things that were kind of about my life. So that was, it didn't take, there was only one of those, and that was that one. But then after that, I just saw how people kind of took to that, and so I kept going with it. And then just had some different things go on where I really, I was always writing back in school. I even was in some poetry books and stuff like that.
That's cool,
they had me published. But so I took that creative process and was
just put it together with music.
Was writing about my feelings and different things that were happening and things like that, things that I couldn't tell anybody or thought I couldn't. And so that's kind of how it started. And then I started putting those over beats that had, a substance to them, kind of, an emotion behind them that was like a longing for something, a longing for happiness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Trying to achieve. And that's kind of how it all started. And then I just started, just taking the steps.
And were you making your beats back then?
I actually, you couldn't make beats easily unless you had a full production back then, a full production studio. So my early stuff, which hasn't really been released, of course, but it was to other people's instrumentals. So
gotcha.
it was downloading. It was Napster. You could go on there and you could download it. You could download all the instrumentals.
This is the second time we reference Napster on this show.
Well, they're a legitimate company right now.
Yeah.
In the issue of, there's certain bands that have released their music through peer-to-peer, file sharing things because, so it's all about what you thought Napster was to you, but for people who didn't have access to, $1,000 producers on the other side of the world, we use beats that we got, from the internet. So your musical influences back in the day when you were writing, what were you listening to? Obviously, Lil Puff Daddy. Oh man, that was actually that's some bubblegum stuff, but that was like 10 years old when I really got into it around 12 or 13. I was listening to all the Houston legends, stuff like that growing up. I remember like in school I was jamming Lil Flip and I was jamming Zero and I was, anybody part of Screwed Up Click, any part of South Park Coalition. That's just the music that I would listen to, that I would live my life to when I was, in school, out of school, on the streets, in the house, wherever I was at. So that's kind of what I grew from.
Did you listen to different people for like music and then different people for lyrics, or was it you found that artist that could have those both to like kind of had like the badass music and the badass lyrics? Did that make a difference?
Yeah, it did. Like honestly, my favorite rapper for a long time was Zero, because I liked how he took his real life situations, poetically put over beats that really invoked you to an emotional state. You know what I mean? It really got you moving and feeling that. He was the first one that I really knew to do that to perfection. Before that, rappers could get you crunk, but rappers couldn't, make you feel like you're gonna get through what you're going through. At least to me.
Yeah.
But before then, I listened to Busta Rhymes. Actually, so even before the Houston people, Busta Rhymes was one of my first influences back when he did, Woo Ha, and then I had 3 or 4 of his albums too. So my taste is real diverse.
What about now? What do you listen to now?
What I listen to?
What were you jamming to over here in your car? Let's say you weren't jamming to your music. I know a lot of artists jam out to their music, but let's say that you were just freaking rolling to the store and you just wanted to put something on too. Man,
I'm really deprived right now of some good music, just because and not to be arrogant or big-headed or anything else like that, but I've made the music now and I'm at the point where I feel like I'm making the music that beat out all the music that I was listening to.
Okay.
So that was what I wanted to do anyways.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, that's what everybody wants to do. They want to create the music that they're seeing. Okay, I wish this person and this person together sounded like this, but could take it even higher.
Yeah.
You know, so you make that type of music. And I already feel now that I'm doing that, I got, love and respect for most artists. But I'm deprived of being able to listen to them just because I'm so involved in my music and pushing it out. So, all the stuff on the radio that's got a good tune, I like a good melody, So like, whereas a lot of people are knocking the mumble rappers and everything of this generation.
Yeah.
To me, it's about the talent and the respect. Even if I don't like a certain country singer, and even what they stand for, it's like, well, they had to put in 25 years of work and be so creative to be able to get to that point. Same thing with actors or actresses you may not like, but I just have a respect for it.
Yeah.
Having done the groundwork myself, knowing how much it takes to really get that.
Okay.
So I really respect everybody, all artists. I love all music. I mean, I can listen to some techno. I can listen to some country.
And you take and as far as your music, you take bits.
I do. I take bits of everything.
So just all around, because that's cool that you appreciate all music. There's a lot of close-minded people that are like, nah, I don't even listen to that. But dude, some of the greatest musicians are the people that actually have studied all types of music, and let's say they might be playing a rock concert, but they incorporate some jazz into it or some hip hop beats, and so.
Yeah, I love smooth jazz.
To me, that's just like super awesome when you can incorporate something of like what you've learned or listened to into your own music.
Yeah, I think it's a sign of growth.
Absolutely.
To be able to put yourself out there, but that's just I've never been scared to stretch myself. It might not be released to the public, but I've got some songs that people wouldn't even try to put out. But I needed to see how far I can take my range, how smooth I can be, how energetic I can be, how fast I can be. Because if you don't stretch yourself, you can't grow.
Yeah. No, I agree with that, man. So do you have any performances that people can go and watch you play in the near future?
Yeah, a few shows. I really was just doing a whole string of shows. But right now I'm lining up a bunch of festivals for 2020. So I've got with our friend Kevin Hamlin, I've got the Tune Out.
Shout out to Kevin Hamlin.
Yeah, I've got Tune Out Cancer Fest. That's going to be February 21st through 23rd. Right in the middle of that, the 22nd. So I'm going to have to drive to San Antonio and then come back to his festival. I've got Drop the Beat Festival, and that's with Ron Hernandez, Rocket Ron. So shout out to him. And then also I've got Down South Fest coming in July next year. I'm really trying to head more the festival route.
Yeah.
I've been doing shows for the greater part of 2 decades in Houston and surrounding cities, and I feel like that's really going to be my flight path.
Yeah, you get a lot of different diverse people at festivals, man. And, more people,
Yeah, and I like that it's not late at night.
Yes.
It used to be okay when I'm with a 20s type of crowd and people didn't have as much on their job or as much on their plate at home like kids.
Yeah, dude.
But now pulling somebody out at midnight, 1 o'clock is almost impossible.
Well, which brings me to why we do this. We started this with the notion that as far as people my age, that have kids and family, we're not able to. We listen to bands, but we're not able to go out and just like late at night and watch some of these bands. So we decided to bring it to their phones.
And that's wonderful. And I and my fans both appreciate you for doing that. I guarantee you there's probably a couple watching right now that have not made it to a live show just because it's not practical.
And talking about people who are watching it, a couple of people are watching you on YouTube. The Sox Dog. I'm just going to read their names. I don't know them by name. He says he can't wait for your show to perform right now. Down South Nate.
Cool.
My boy Marcus about to wreck shop.
Cool. Down South Nate.
Sean Lewis, my boy. Spit them peas. Amanda A. Can't wait, homie. Down South Nate again. Yo. Sean Lewis. What's up, homie? Roman Esparza.
Okay. Roman. That's my barber.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Ro Esparza. He works over at Fresh Phase, man. Y'all get at him for
Well, these guys are watching you, man. And yeah, so go back to the, a bunch of different cities are doing this where they showcase artists live, and so Houston didn't have that, and so we are here providing a service or a platform, let's say, to where artists can come and not only has it been performed and brought to people's phones so that they can have easy access to it, but it'll be there if they're not able to watch it right now live.
That too.
For them to come back and watch it, and we've gotten a lot of good comments, man, because some of the people that are watched here, some people that watch them actually inspires people to actually maybe even want to go out and see them live. So it kind of serves two purposes: for those people that can't go out, and for those people that need just that one little extra little push
on the fence.
Yeah,
hey, that is pretty good. How do I get closer to that?
Yeah, you know. So I understand what you're saying. You know, people that have families can't really go out, and festivals are a good way to even take their kids and do something, family friendly, but still be able to support the music scene and the local artists.
Right, and on the business side of it, sponsors like it more,
of course,
different things like that. So
where can people see you on social media?
On social media, I'm almost everywhere as Marcus Money Official. I'm at www.marcusmoneyofficial.com, and on there you'll have all my upcoming tour dates, all my videos, everything right there is a front page. But if you don't want to get off your social media platform, I'm at Marcus Money Official on Instagram, Marcus Money Official on Facebook, and that's where you can reach me.
Awesome, guys. So we want to give a couple of shout outs. Obviously, Kevin Hamlin and Tune Out Cancer Fest for sending us a bunch of artists to showcase them here. Tune Out Cancer will be February 21st through the 23rd at I forgot the name of the place.
It's going to be a Wildcatter Saloon, right?
Wildcatters, yes, that's the name of the
place. Wildcatter
Saloon,
Katie.
I want to give a shout out to Ivan Oropesa from Rock Animal, who supports us with a bunch of artists. King Baby Familia.
Shout out King Baby.
Big supporter for Diego. Severo Brown. See, I always read it right. Severo Brown and Zona Libre, KFPT, Hank Lamb, and 90.1 for sending us a bunch of artists. And also Westone Audio, our sponsor. They sent us a bunch of in-ears for artists to use. And so we really appreciate them. If you're looking for in-ear monitors, contact Westone Audio and tell them Roger sent you. I don't know what that's going to do, but hopefully it'll do some kind of good. And we do have a discount code that I always forget to look at and see what it is. And so if you're looking for a discount, reach out to me and I'll give you the discount code.
And we can put it in the description also.
Yeah, and we'll put it in the description, a couple of links, and we're going to put your social media on once this video gets uploaded. Just kind of
make it easy for them. Yeah.
Just kind of, if they see your name, click on it, it'll direct you right to your page. And we'll be doing the same thing for Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, so people can watch the performances. That? Yes, this is being streamed live to YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. So if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube channel, guys. We need your support. We really appreciate your support and helping us grow. We want to show the world what local Houston artists have to offer. And man, there's a lot of kick-ass artists here, man. And so subscribe if you feel like you like what you're seeing. If you're watching on Facebook, share the event. Marcus Money is a kick-ass artist, and so he needs to be seen. So every time you share it, the possibilities for other new fans, other new people to see you are endless, and it costs nothing to share. It's you can do it from your phone while you're eating, while you're sipping on that beer, while you on that cigarette break. Just share the event, guys. Make sure that the Marcus is being seen all over the place. And if you're watching on Twitter, retweet the event and give us a bunch of hearts, man. And so, cool. I think we're ready to do this, man.
I think we're ready.
What do you say?
I think they're ready.
All right, guys. So we're gonna take like a 30-second break. We're gonna get set up we're gonna get Marcus in the booth, and so we're gonna be right back with y'all. Thank you guys for watching.